Friends, Greg, Newmaster, coming at you again with another action figure review. Today I have Star Wars The Vintage Collection Princess Leia Bespin Escape. I can't express enough how awesome they're getting with the painting and sculpting technology that they have, that Hasbro has been using. These faces are just becoming more and more lifelike and realistic looking, and they just look so good. And I'm going to show you in this video just a comparison of just how far they've come in terms of like faces, because this looks great. This looks fantastic. It looks just like Princess Leia. It looks like Carrie Fisher. So let's get into this review. So on the card here, and I like the image. I'm not a card guy. I don't really care about the packaging so much as the figure. But some people really love the cards, and that's okay, and that's wonderful. So in terms of a card, it's an okay card. The image is kind of dark. This is from the end of Empire Strikes Back, when Leia is escaping with Lando onto the Millennium Falcon. That looks like she's standing in the hangar bay of the Falcon, shooting the stormtroopers as the Empire has betrayed them and tricked them, and Lando betrayed her, and Luke is off fighting Vader, and Han has been frozen in the carbonite, and it's just one of the best movies ever made, if not the best. Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars. I mean, it is the cornerstone, the keystone, the capstone of all of the Star Wars films. Empire Strikes Back. It's just so emotional. It's so well done. The acting is phenomenal. The stakes are high. Everybody's so used to it, but the betrayal, the shocking revelation that Vader tells Luke Skywalker that he is actually his father, where up to this point Luke believed that his father, Anakin Skywalker, was betrayed and murdered by Vader, according to the half-truths that Obi-Wan Kenobi told him. So it just beautifully shot, beautifully directed, directed by Irvin Kershner. What a shame, what a terrible shame that he didn't direct Return of the Jedi, because maybe that could have been better, even though I love Return of the Jedi. But anyhow, just a wonderful film. So this is Leia, Bespin Escape. She's escaping for Bespin, and we've seen this outfit before. It's a very similar outfit to her Hoth outfit, minus the boots and the Marty McFly sort of vest. But anyhow, so the image is okay. It's just, once again, as always, it's a little bit out of focus, and it's like kind of dark, but whatever. So on the back, we got VC 187, so Vintage Collection 187. I've already done a review on Boba Fett, the Child, Grief Karga. I'm not going to do one on Zatan, the Battle Droid, or Anakin Skywalker, Queen Amidala. So these are the figures I wanted from this series, or from this wave. So let's bust this open and get a look at the excellent face sculpt. Yeah, you know, that was the thing too, is like, I have a lot of Princess Leia figures, but they just keep doing these new face sculpts, and it just looks so... Oh my goodness, her head just popped off. Her head just popped off right as I was pulling her out of the bubble. So I hope that's not a problem. Okay, so her head joint is just a little loose on mine, so it's not a big problem, but wow, that's concerning. So anyhow, as I was saying, they keep doing such a good job on the painting and the new head sculpts. You know, you just have to like pick up these figures because they look so good. I mean, granted, some people like that old retro look, that hollow kind of generic action figure look, and that's fine because, you know, some of my older action figures I really love, but, you know, these new ones, it's just like taking it to the next level. So she looks great. My only complaint is her little hair tassels, and I've seen others online kind of remold her hair because it kind of hangs out behind her head, and it's just a really pretty look in the film. They make Carrie Fisher look so beautiful with some of those hairstyles. Like she just looks very pretty, very beautiful braids and hairstyles. So just kind of want to, I may have to hit this with a hair dryer just so it like kind of hangs out a little bit more. But so it looks a little more movie accurate. I don't know if we can see it in the image, but if you look at the card, it like, you know, you can really see the braids and they're just kind of expressive, and that's my only complaint about this figure. Let's take a look at the articulation. She has it just a twist in the torso. There's no ball joint, so she has no ab crunch or anything like that. And she has the classic hip joints. Mine feels stuck on the inside. I may have to heat that up because it feels like her hips could break off. Like they're some problems you can have with action figures is like the joints on the inside get glued together, or like from paint, or they're just not the plastic's not hard enough, and if you try to move this around too much, it'll just tear off. So my Princess Leia has that issue, so I'm going to be careful with that. Her elbows go up that high, not much bend in the elbow there. Hardly 90 degrees. She's got the double ball joint on the head, so tons of head movement. You can really get her like the confused dog look. But yeah, so really nice, you know, in terms of the head joint. Let's see, she's got wrist rotation. There's no hinge in the wrist, which is fine because if they put that in there, it'll kind of make her look mutated. Let's check out the knees. Yeah, like I said, same with the elbows. Not much bend in the knees and the elbows, but that's okay. You know, this Princess Leia doesn't have to do any dynamic poses, really. Look at her tiny little boots there. So we got a hinge in the ankle, and it's just up and down. There is no pivot for that. So not too much articulation on this Princess Leia. Let's get a look at the gun. This is a nice blaster they gave her. It's painted a metallic silver instead of black. So I'm curious why they did that, because it looks like a stormtrooper's blaster, but they just I don't know, they made it this metallic silver, so that's fine. And let's see her hold that, and they even, you know, sculpted her hands so she has a trigger finger, and there you go, you got Princess Leia. Yeah, so back to the hip articulation, they gave her just like the classic, it's not on a ball joint or a T joint, it's just like the standard like straight up and down. Oh, there it goes, so it just came loose, so that's good. So that means I'm not going to rip my rip my legs off, but that's fine. I do like it when figures can do straddles and splits. Like she can do a full split, but she can't do a straddle. But I mean, in terms of sculpt, this kind of articulation in the hips helps for female sculpts, so their hips don't look awkward. I mean, it can be done, but you know, that's just what they decided to go with. So here she is in comparison with the Hoth version. So as you can see, the outfit is essentially the same. It's just she's wearing this vest. Yeah, it is the same exact outfit, and it is the same sculpt. So it's a lot of reused parts here, and that's what it looks like from the back. Yeah, so the only difference is she has the Hoth boots. These are the same boots that Luke wears in his Bespin fatigues as well. But yeah, you just got to get a look at those faces. So there's these are the newer vintage collection faces. So this is like I think this is Legacy collection. Just look at how generic this looks. I really hope the vintage collection does a new version of this figure. Because this is like the most iconic look, I would say, for Princess Leia, is the original Star Wars, where she's got the cinnamon buns on the side of her head. So I really hope Vintage Collection redoes this figure, because that face just looks generic. It looks like a toy, where these look, I mean, look at that. That looks just like Carrie Fisher. Here's another example. This is the Endor Leia. This is vintage. This is first version Vintage Collection. So look at that comparison. Look at this head sculpt compared to that head sculpt, and that just looks a million times better. So it's a great figure. If you are a fan of Empire Strikes Back, I highly recommend getting Princess Leia Bespin Escape. These guys are hitting stores everywhere now this wave. You can easily find them on eBay. So, yeah, highly recommend it for all you Star Wars collectors out there and action figure collectors. If you like the video, please like and subscribe, and God bless you all. Peace.